Morning, it's Pastor Montgomery again here in the study. Yesterday we talked about church attendance and the importance of being in the Lord's house. We gave you some reasons why we need to be, the body being joined together, supplying one another's needs, keeping our focus on eternity and all these things. Let me give you a couple of objections that come to me that I've heard, just two, and then a couple of admonitions to go along with those objections. First off, they said, well, the Bible doesn't tell us how much we need to go to church, and which I agree with that. But the Bible does say so much the more as we see the day approaching. The closer we get to the return of Christ, the more we need one another in this community of believers as we labor together for the glory of God. Let me say next, the other objection I get is, well, I don't have to go to church to be a Christian. And I hear that all the time. And I agree. You don't have to go to church to be a Christian, but Christians will go to church. Nor do you have to go to the firehouse to be a fireman. But firemen go to firehouses because that's where they get their marching orders. That's where they get their organization together. That's where they get their calls to go and help those that are in need. And I challenge you to put aside the silly arguments. Now, here's the admonitions I want to give you. First off, when it comes to church attendance, commit to your church. Be faithful to God's house that He's called you to be a member of. We are very fickle about our commitment to the local assembly that God has placed us in. We are more loyal to a sports team than we are to our local church. For those of you out there that are Browns fans, my word, how loyal we are to a team that loses and loses and loses. And yet, here we are to a church, pastor has one bad week or a few bad weeks in a row, or maybe even a whole bad year, and we don't even give him that long. We're out the door. Somebody in the church makes us upset. We're just no commitment to that at all. God has placed you in that church to supply a need. When things aren't going well, it's not time to bail. It's time to dig in and help. And I challenge you to be committed to your local assembly. Check your heart. Ultimately, here the issue is the heart of the matter. Christians who love the Lord and are on fire for God want to be in God's house. There is a desire that God places in their heart to be there. I challenge you, check your heart on the matter. And finally, do what you do on purpose. I challenge you to not let church attendance be a haphazard thing. Well, we may go this Sunday, we may go this Wednesday, we may go Sunday night, we may not. I don't know. I don't know when we're going to go next, but we like to go sometime. No. Put all that aside and say, you know what, I'm going to be there. By the grace of God, I'll be there at Sunday school. By the grace of God, I'll be there for church on Sunday morning. By the grace of God, I'll be there on Sunday night. And I challenge you to do it on purpose. You set the schedule and then do it on purpose. Don't wait till Sunday morning to see how you feel. You will never feel spiritual when you first wake up. You're never going to feel like it. The devil will give you 1,000 excuses, and so decide ahead of time you're going to be in God's house. That's my thoughts for today. We'll go on to something else tomorrow. God bless you. Hopefully see you Sunday.